Ben, that 11-0 start they got off to, I mean, was a bigger issue there for you on offense or defense during that stretch?
I think for our defense, they got a couple pretty good looks. It took us, it took us 5, 6, 7 minutes to get ourselves adjusted a little bit, and that was getting ready for Weber State. That was certainly a concern of ours from a coaching staff standpoint, is how well they run their offense. They're sharp with what they do, and they move the ball well, and they score inside. Those guards, obviously, as they showed again tonight, are very good players. They make threes, and 15 creates a lot of offense for them. So my hope was, because offensively we had to set that a couple in tight, and we had a couple other good looks. So maybe if it's 11-6 or 11-7, we're okay. It gives you a little time then to get your defense going. But we just weren't able to get some points in. Once we got our defense going, it wasn't. They weren't open as much, and they didn't get much in the second half for points. But we couldn't quite get all the way back.
When you lose by 3 points, how much do you look to just a few shots? You finished 3 of 18 through 3 points, just a few shots not going in.
Yeah, I think in this one, Carson, that the way we defended the last 10 minutes of the first half, the entire second half, I think they got 21 points in the second half. That we defended well enough the last 30 minutes of the game. But Vanforth had 4 threes in the first half, and he didn't get one in the second half. So the guys made good adjustments. We took away a lot of their stuff on the block, the way we were doubling down with their post touches. So certainly feel like we defended well enough to win the game tonight. Just had a couple around the basket under that 30 seconds. Around that time, we had 3 layups. We got in around the rim with Dion and had a tip that sat up on the rim, and that would have given us a 1-point lead. And had a possession a little bit earlier when AJ drove the baseline and kicked it out to Mohanan in the corner. I had a really good look at a 3, and just before that, I think that was an offensive rebound. Mark had a pretty good look at a 3. Jake had some good looks at from the 3-point line. So we had enough in terms of looks and chances to get points. We just didn't get enough points to them.
Did you get the ones you wanted on those 3 possessions inside the 20 seconds?
Yeah, we had enough timeouts to stop the play each time and draw something up. But we've played this way all year. An opportunity to score in transition in those situations. When it's a 1-point game, if you can score in transition or put them on their heels a little bit and attack in transition without letting them set their defense again, I feel like most times that's going to be your best way to go. And so we let them play, and I thought we did. Dion's in close, and that creates a couple offensive rebound opportunities with some tips. So I like the shots we got, and I like the way the guys attacked and played in the last 3 minutes of the game. Like I said, we just didn't get 1 more or 2 more to go in the basket so we could get the lead.
A deep run like this, Jake, in the national tournament, what does it mean for the program, for the future of the program?
Oh, I think well, first I would say it says a lot about Jake and Austin and AJ and Mark. Those guys have been as good as any group of seniors that we've had come through here. Every year is different, and we're sitting there at 11-11, and the only reason that we came out of that and won 7 of our last 8 league games and got ourselves to the point that we're at right now is because of those 4 guys. And there's too many examples for me to go into with those guys. Some individuals, some collectively. But I have not been more proud of 4 guys than I am those 4. They've been terrific, and they've left the right imprint behind, or blueprint, if you will, for guys that are coming after them. So that's the reason we got to this point. And this is good for our program, yeah. But I'm so happy for those 4 guys, and I'm so proud of those 4 guys because they, again, as seniors, stepped forward and allowed everybody to see what our program is based on.
How tough is it then to say goodbye to them? What was your message after the game?
Yeah, that hard. it's never easy with when you've got seniors, and especially guys that have worked so hard to help us get to this point. These 4 guys have been involved in. You think about the number of things that have happened over the last 4 or 5 years. These 4 guys have been involved in all kinds of stuff, and most of it really, really good, really, really fun, and very positive for our program and our fans and our university. And that part makes it hard. The competitive part makes it hard, but like I said, there's some things that these guys. Just the normal course of going through your career. Some things that these guys did and the way they handled themselves, their willingness to change a little bit and continue to strive to move forward and do some things better and do some things different. Again, I'm not going to go into some specifics, but I learned a ton from these 4 guys, and that's hard to say goodbye to them when they're guys that are teaching you stuff.
As a coach,
like I said, really proud of them.
As a coach, is that something that do you try to console them now, or is it too kind of soon after the game
No,
to kind of?
These guys pushed it a long ways. We haven't. There's not many teams playing right now, right? I mean, this is about it. This is as good as it gets now. Again, our goal playing in the CIT wasn't on our goal sheet to start the year, and that playing in the NCAA tournament, that's the what their goals were and what they expected to do. In saying that, this is the way that the year, this is what was going to happen this year. So, do you make the most of it, or do you just kind of bow out? And as the guys have done for the better part of 2 months now, led by those 4 seniors, we're playing good, playing really good basketball right now. So I think that because we played so long, and those 4 guys know the impact they've had on our program, and they've taken it about as far as it could go with the way that this year went. And they know what they did and how they responded and what it meant for our program all the way back to February 1st. They know. So it's not easy to say goodbye to them, but because they know those things, they'll be able to walk out of here tonight with their heads high and feel good about what they've accomplished, even though it's hard.
And what do you think about how Dion and Seth and some of the other guys that are younger, they'll be able to take the torch from your 4 seniors and continue on the success that you've had the last 4 years?
Yeah, those guys played good again tonight. Dion and Seth they've played great for the better part of 2 months now. It's a valuable experience for Marvin and Nate and Max and Chip and Bo. Those guys got some valuable practice experience, and they played a little bit. But more important than that is what they've been able to learn from these 4 guys. That's the most important thing of what happened over the course of the last 2 months. Is all of those guys, their playing experience. You've got to have that to move forward, but to continue to have a strong foundation to be able to move forward year after year, you need an example like Jake and Austin and AJ and Mark set. And all of those guys were part of that, and they'll be able to take that into next year. That's the most important thing for those younger guys.